Hello, friends. Welcome back to. There's kids. There's kids in the house.
Wow, you
There's
getting
kids in the
good
hall.
with that. You
I'm
getting
learning.
good with
That's a
that.
Canadian.
It is. You like.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
like
yeah,
that?
yeah,
You
I
like
know.
them?
It's pretty good.
They're solid, man. They're so funny. Okay, here we are. Game 2, day 5. I wasn't supposed to be here, but here I am, and I'm glad to be here because that was some nice play from the Tigers. I'm loving these guys, man. I really am. I'm not even like.
Do you love them just because they're North American-ish?
No. Well, a little bit, kind of. You know, repping the hometown, but
repping the CA because it's not just
exactly.
North
They're not
American.
just North American. They're
It's
Canadian,
Canadian.
right? There's a huge difference. You see, the thing is, you play in all these pubs. You play in Europe. You play with South American players. You play with basically anybody but other Canadians, and they just lump you in with other Americans. Don't get me wrong. I love it here. This place is great. It's the country of freedom, and it's excellent.
Land of
You
dreams.
don't want to get kicked out. That's why
But
I'm
it's
saying all
not-
this nice stuff.
I'm leaving soon.
Hey,
It's not my home turf.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
country of
Liberty,
freedom.
liberty.
oh,
That's the thing.
Okay.
Land of freedom.
But you know, there's a special place in my heart for Canada and for my Canadian countrymen. So that is definitely a part of it. But also, I think the decisions that they're making are genuinely very impressive from a high level kind of perspective. Like I think none of these other teams, other than the Fnatic, are capable of making the decisions that Tigers are. And sure, there's a little bit of shakiness within the play, within maybe the drafts and stuff like that. We saw them lost a game. They lost a game to like the Dragoons, who obviously were not. Yeah, they lost a game to the Dragoons, which obviously that wasn't an expected result. But you know that happens. It's group stages, and you can still see the decisions that they're making within those games. You know what I mean?
You know what decision was just made?
What?
An IO.
Oh yeah, that's an IO. Oh my God, there's a lot of.
But did they make the decision, or Tigers make the decision to not ban it?
Maybe Tigers weren't expecting
Maybe
Admiral to pick it up.
Maybe they want to play against it because it's a very specific style of hero to play against. Completely changes how the game is played, and I know that teams like to especially in group stages for like an online event, which Tigers have
Hey,
expressed that they would like to do this, basically practice against these heroes. You know
do you think how does that guy look like without his beard?
what? How does he look like without his beard?
There's plenty of footage of me on the internet without my beard, so it's
I
not
saw
like
I saw pictures of you without your
yeah,
beard.
it's not like some big secret.
You know,
I'm out there.
you look like a small boy without the beard. Like
Oh yeah, no, I aged
you,
down.
You look very young.
I aged down dramatically.
Are you gonna shave before November? For Movember?
Nah.
Come
I think
on.
the
Everyone,
November.
we need to see like the whole progress of like how much can you grow in a month?
That's what the first month was. So look up. I'll find the tweet.
Have you
I
ever?
How
saw
far it grows in
pictures.
1
I
month.
saw pictures on your Twitter.
Yeah. So
I was creeping all of you guys on Twitter, by the way,
Hey.
What?
because I was pooping and it was taking a really long time.
Oh, how
Because
flattering.
we've been eating a lot of fast food. So I was looking at your guys' Twitters, just see who has the
Hey, is
most
this-
Twitter
is this
followers.
your
By the way,
first
Cyclopzz has the
time?
most Twitter followers, just in case
Uh-huh.
anyone.
Of course
Yeah.
he does. Cyclops is a god.
Yeah,
among
because
men.
everyone want to know about Artifact. Obviously.
Actually, wait. Serious question. Can you still play Artifact?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
You can't play Artifact anymore.
No.
Okay,
Apparently you
how
got
did
an
it feel
email.
when you could play it?
Cyclopzz.
It was great.
It was good. Okay.
It was great game. Really, really good game. And I'm pretty sure that well, for those who are waiting for this game, just wait.
They don't need to wait. They can just watch your stream.
Who knows? I might cast Artifact someday. You know, or being a player out.
You're gonna try and be an Artifact player?
I already prepared some budget for it.
Oh. you're
Because
saving
I'm
money.
pretty sure that to be good in this game, you gotta have some budget.
You mean a fat wallet? Got it.
I don't know, man. Yeah,
I don't know
I might
about
be
what.
wrong. It's just I think things have changed a lot lately, and in a good way. It might be very competitive and open to everyone.
I hear great things about Artifact. I don't know what if there's any NDAs.
If
or
you're a
whatever.
card game enthusiast, it's
Oh yeah,
it's the Dota of card games in
I hear-
terms of complexity.
I hear it's very fast paced too.
one
I don't know. The game. I mean, I watched the show match Where'd they hold the show matches again?
It was PAX.
It was PAX?
Yeah.
I was watching the show matches. It wasn't fast, but it was interesting to watch
I mean,
because
that was
there's
some
like
plebs playing,
different
though. They
lanes.
were,
Yeah, so the thing was, it was
they were
like,
scrubs.
it was people who have been playing for a very long time, like Lumi, Fwash, Slacks, Sunsfan. They have been in the beta for a while, probably since like February, and people who have just played the game for like 2 hours. And so it's difficult to gauge like a skill difference, but I know a lot of people who are in the beta right now are definitely this is the most engaged they've felt in a card game, and most of the people who are in the beta right now are like MTG pros, Hearthstone pros, Gwent pros, and stuff like that, and
Board game enthusiasts.
they're a different breed of
like
people
Lumi.
entirely. Much as how Dota players are a different breed from like your standard action RTS player.
God, I know the exact type of person that's going to play Artifact, actually.
Yeah, whatever you picture, that's going to be it.
It's like everybody at this office, basically.
Oh yeah,
Pretty
Blaze
much.
is a fiend.
These guys are fiends.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
You take a break,
Blaze
friggin'
are
playing
actually
games,
good at it, you know.
finish the...
You say that with such a tone of surprise, Xyclopzz. You don't think
Why?
that he's
Yeah, I didn't know before.
Oh, okay.
He's really good at it.
Yeah.
He even went on some tournaments and doing great with it. Yeah.
So is Lumi, I think.
Lumi's top tier. He's been in 2 top 8s now.
Jesus.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's all enclosed NDA
Yeah,
stuff,
whatever.
so you can't put that on some esportsearnings.com, but he's been
Yeah.
making some esports earnings.
Yo, well, one thing about the NDA, I haven't signed anything. people
Yeah.
on the internet, when they post it on a Reddit, they post it in a very aggressive way that I signed a proper contract.
It was
and
a
I'm gonna-
blood contract. Did you not get it in the mail?
Sued of that. No, it's nothing. It's just after that that threat happened, we just have a little bit of talk, and I feel like okay, I think I deserve to be out of the game for a while since this one already gone out of hand. And we both agree with it. It was a happy
You
ending.
just got put into
actually.
timeout, basically.
I feel like in order to make Cyclops feel a little better, we should all break some NDA that we've signed at some point
Yeah,
no
be honest,
thanks.
together.
do it.
Okay.
I mean,
Sorry,
So
guys.
BTS actually hired James as a. I'm just kidding.
I'm eating on camera. I'm pretty sure that's frowned upon.
I'll make sure to make
No,
all the
don't
mouth
worry.
noises.
And I'm fine.
You,
It's great. I am waiting for it with you guys. Well, one thing is I heard that everyone who attend TI8 will get a chance to go in first.
Yeah,
Yes.
there are like 2
the-
stages of the beta.
God,
Yeah,
wish-
I heard
wish
it in October or something.
I wish I attended that.
I was
It was
there,
in
man.
Canada.
Let me
what
tell
were
you.
you doing?
Oh my God, that's such an American thing. It was in Vancouver. It's faster for me to fly here from where I live than to friggin' Vancouver.
So?
You think I'm gonna walk
It's
over?
domestic
let
still.
me just go ahead and stroll over to Vancouver.
That's what I did for the Boston major.
I'll just walk over
You
literal
need to
mountains.
take you act as if North American tournaments just like are happening left and right. You're just like, oh, it's all the way across my country. You think I, have
can't
time for
believe
that?
you're even complaining. Like me and Cyclops, like we're freaking oceans away, and then yours is just
Actually,
like nearby.
you could probably fly to Vancouver pretty quickly, if I'm going to China, I
It took us more than almost 24 hours to get here.
Whatever. You guys have thousands of tournaments
And it's
going on.
expensive.
And
Yeah, that's
all,
true.
You
What
can
is
go
this?
from like Thailand to Singapore to wherever
Yeah,
it's
come
Malaysia.
on.
It
You
takes
make
like
it sound
30
as
minutes.
if like tournaments in sea are like super common up until this year.
they are
They
compared to
are
North
very
America.
common.
Are you
North
kidding
America
me?
has what? We have that.
We've had like 2.
There was like ESL New York like 10 years ago, and then there was the Boston major, and then there's the TIs, and
God,
that's it.
I wish I was in SCA, man. Everybody's so into games there.
Yeah, that's also true. Your fans are way more energetic than North American fans.
You're just a degenerate loser if you're into games here, man.
Yeah, it's frowned upon.
What parent doesn't frown upon their kids playing games, even watching games?
I know. I try to
My
explain.
parents frowned upon me doing it too.
Well, they frown upon a lot of things that you did, so that's good.
Story of my life. Well,
Can we get a shot of the?
Oh yeah.
What's on
so
Tsunami's
this
screen here?
was the 1 month. This is what it takes for me to grow in 1 month.
God damn.
what the hell, dude? You grew a freaking
The
forest
guy,
there.
the guy always has his lips.
So like it's not as thick.
You kind of look a little bit like Axe, which was picked here, by the way.
The
Well.
resemblance is amazing.
God damn. We skipped the entire draft talking about this artifact shit. All
I
right.
know.
So they actually picked a gyro into a morphling, which is interesting because obviously you steal the gyro and you just take the flak, and we saw that on day 1 or day 2, something like that. And the amount of damage that the morphling does with the flak, it's far more than what gyro does with the flak, to say the very least. And then you get the waveform attacks too, and you get an extra flak when you're waveforming. It's kind of ridiculous. And but still, when you have the Wisp, the gyro is still so damn strong that it looks like Admiral is still intent on picking the gyro. I imagine the morph was like a preemptive.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You want to pick gyro? Deal with this.
More like you want to pick IO, because these days IO does not have very common. What are the most common IO partners these days?
It's gyro.
It's like gyro, the occasional bristle, like Necro in the lane. It's usually the hero's usually picked in the game with gyro or with one lane partner and then one game partner. So like a pretty any typical carry, and then some hero the IO can lane with, like a bristle or a.
I think typically for C, I mean, we get some of the more unconventional not unconventional, but the not so common nowadays in other regions. Like we've seen CK coming back with the Wisp. It's very very rare.
I'd love to see a CK.
I miss watching CK, just the RNG, but
you miss watching a hero until it starts getting picked again.
And not just that, I mean, we occasionally get the Sven as well, but that's like super, super rare. But I think we're the only region that would pick it nowadays, if we wanted to.
Can you be the only region to put me into a game?
Well, that was a good segue.
Sorry?
That was a good
to
segue.
put you into...
Do it.
To put... Okay, shh. I'm not a wizard! Okay, wait, you're the king, I'll do the sound effect.
I mean, you can take all the time you want. I didn't get to eat anything when we were talking about artifacts. So.
No. Okay, Cyclops, gotta let me know.
I got you covered. I'll do play-by-play.
Oh, okay,
let's
go! I'll do all until
What
you're
is
done. This guy just can't stop holding his groin. Okay, top area looks like we got a Tiny and a Crystal Maiden duking it out with the Gyro Wisp. Honestly, not too sure who wins that. Valkyria on the bottom lane, doing a little bit of harass to this Morphling. Axe Wyvern lane, not a very typical sort of laning setup here.
That's filthy. Cold Embrace plus freaking counter helixes. The creeps don't stop aggroing you and you take no damage.
The thing is, though, like this double stout, you're already taking no damage, so who cares? IO breaking down the trees up here with the gyro. Not 100% sure what that's about. I guess so they can just get the Crystal Maiden. She can't just sit in the trees. Moon's doing a lot of harass on the IO, but the thing is, with IO wants to get harassed at first because you don't have the overcharge, so you actually, good IOs will intentionally take damage so they can heal. You get double the regen if you do that. It's actually insane. On the gyro, of course.
I started to think that people kind of forgot how to play Gyrocopter without Wisp already.
The hero's not very good with
Kind of
Wisp,
feels like
is the
that,
problem.
yeah. He's pretty awful.
And even like pre-level 15 on the IO, it's not that great. It's once you get the Aghanim Scepter tether bonus that you're like, oh, this is actually a very powerful synergy.
Yeah, the crazy thing about it is that like when Gyro 6 slotted, he has the additional Aghanim Scepter that just comes from the IO. So you can just be a 7 slotted Gyro.
Yeah.
That's what's insane about it. That makes him.
That's a good point.
Makes him so much stronger of a
Now
carry.
this is a high-level creep cut right here. Who needs to go all the way to your lane? Look at Undying. He's like, what the hell is going on? This isn't according to plan.
This is the thing. It's like, what do you do about this? Because 1437, like, I don't think what he's doing is actually good.
Yeah.
I mean, look how much damage he's doing. He's doing nothing.
And now he's hit level. Bacarino hit level 2 based off of that entirely. So he's gonna have Helix for the next creep wave, and he has Battle Hunger. 1 for 37 has no chance of being able to get any last hits, although he's taken some strength.
He just takes no damage from these creeps, man. This is, dude. This
Decay will be up again. Okay, now it's getting a little spicy.
He's got it.
I hate these Axe, to be honest. I hate all the Axe player in the world, no matter Barcarino or whatever in NA pops or what.
He's got to be careful though. He's getting so much regen though. With the low.
That's true. That Tango is super value right now. Although
He's actually gonna die.
Okay.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh! Well, it's true that I hate him, but when he's gone, I missed him. I don't know why.
It's like my dad.
Oh.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder, Cyclopzz. You'll hate this strat whenever it becomes top tier. See it in every
Rocket
one of
out
your
on the
pubs.
Crystal Maiden, but there's nothing to follow up other than right clicks, which apparently is actually enough. Okay.
Avalanche.
Kill the Wisp. He has a tree toss.
He
Nice
does have a
blocks
tree,
from
but he has no.
Gyro.
He has the toss, but he has no trees to grab.
They're not really fun. They just
Moonmeander's not
Don't know
fine.
what
He's
that
taking
was.
more damage from this rocket barrage and the move speed from the tether, but the tether breaks. The homing missile's not going to do enough damage to kill off Moon, and Fengli has nothing to flat cannon off him.
How did he get away from that?
He's fine.
Wow.
Admiral Li Feng.
God, that curry smells so good.
I know, I want to eat really bad.
Get that out of here. I'll do the play-by-play, dude. I told you I got you.
I have to do okay, fine. You
No,
know
I
what?
got you. I got you.
I will join.
On the bot lane, 1437, getting gone on by the Wyvern and the Axe, although he isn't undying, so in 3 seconds he does have another decay available. Boccarino goes to cut the wave, ignoring the enemy heroes that are running at him. Oh yeah, run away from him! Chase me, I'm gonna just run away. And then you go back to your tower, and then I cut the wave. It's just this awkward back and forth. Top lane, Toss comes out. Sorry, I should say the Avalanche comes out onto the Wisp. A lot of harass between these two heroes, the Tiny and the Crystal Maiden. A lot of Tinies look to go for this level 2 in Avalanche when there is not much kill potential and you want to just harass. Because obviously the mana cost stays exactly the same, but you get an additional 60 damage. And then you also have the cooldown is reduced by 2. The Toss plus Avalanche combo expends your entire mana pool. So if you want to...
He has a Crystal Maiden on his team?
Yeah, I was gonna lead in. I was gonna lead into that.
You're doing play-by-play, and I'm doing it.
Okay, yeah, right, okay. I don't know what you're saying because you have a mouthful. Anyway, Crystal Maiden on his team. So the sort of harassing style is definitely decent, although against the Wisp it's a little hard because the Wisp is a traditional sustain.
Now Boccarino jungling and cutting the creep wave. Could you be any more value? This Wyvern's getting literally nothing, but that's okay because Axe is getting a ridiculous amount of farm.
You know, that change to the jungle creeps that they cannot be pulled to the creep wave, that actually benefits Axe so much because all of the creeps are just guaranteed to attack Axe, so he just spins it crazy.
Top lane.
Oh, in the top lane.
Zephyr goes down, but in the bottom lane, Rior gets taken advantage of.
Both 5-rolls are just feeding these off lanes, or sorry, these safe lanes. Maybe
Boccarino, maybe a little bit overexposed now. Ajit does have a Agi. Oh wow, Tombstone, that was some miscommunication. Yeah, it was 1437 thought they were gonna fight, but
oh damn, he's got a haste rune, and with the level 2 in Battle Hunger, it's 15-second cooldown, so he has it up again.
And he's gonna farm up this Tombstone as well.
Easy money. Wyvern, what are you doing? Get your core
dude, she deserves it. Li Feng almost dies in the top lane, just narrowly survives.
Fengli and Li Feng. These guys are...
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
wait,
yeah.
Is that a thing? I just noticed that.
Yeah, because we didn't do the intro.
We didn't do the intro, Xyclopzz. You're absolutely right.
Because it's stupid.
Should we do it now? Let's do it now. We got 1437 on the Undying.
Yeah.
Wonder Kid on the Dragon Knight.
Moon Meander on Tiny?
Danelie,
What?
pay attention.
Why? What are we doing?
Jesus
Intro.
Christ.
Intro, we're doing intro.
I thought that's too late now. It's 4 minutes.
You're too late. Io's gonna almost die, but the Starstorm connects. Li Feng will die to a Crystal Maiden right click. The boundary room has been successfully
commit for
claimed.
that, Jamesy.
And no neutral deny.
At the bottom of my heart, you know, I thought doing intro from game start was useless because people can see it. Now I know the benefit of doing intro. It's actually not for the viewers.
It's for us.
It's for yourself to remind and remember the roles and the name of the player. Wow, that's deep, man.
We learned a lot today.
Deep.
So we're not doing it anymore?
No.
You're welcome.
Derailed it.
Arrow connects onto Wonder Kid in the mid lane. Splinter Blast almost finishes him off, but he's going to survive because he's a DK. With only 1 point in Dragon's Blood. Actually opted for an early point in Dragon's Tail.
Wow, this is just like heavyweight fight, man. It's my Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield. Come on. Oh, no. Actually, he's level 6 and level 2. It's not a good matchup.
Boccarino getting hemmed in on by 3 different heroes. 2 nukes coming out from the Morphling, and that creep cutting shenanigan is going to get punished yet again. Morphling level 7 right now, and the Axe is only level 6.
You know, Morph is a decent hero against the Axe, actually, just because he can pretty easily take the creeps under tower. Somebody picked Lycan against me the other day, and when I was trying to do this jungle cutting stuff on Axe, and it was pretty good too, because he just farms happily under tower, and then the supports just left him there.
Yeah, Lycan,
It's just such a- it's
DKs, even sideline DKs.
It's such a weird game state that you leave the game in, though, when it's just an Axe cutting and then a Lycan just farming, and then the supports are just on the opposite side of the map. It's kind of like, it's good that you can force the game into that state.
On the lead,
God damn.
Going absolutely ham on Moon Meander right now. Rior joins in. No damage to sufficiently kill off the Tiny, though, and instead the Io Gyro combination will die. Rior on the run. Dragon's Tail not available for another 4 seconds, but the toss in. Zephyr will join the party, get the Crystal Nova to finish off Rior.
Let me tell you guys, I have played with enough Wisps on teams to know that that was 100% the Wisp's call to go in there. Because the Wisp had a bunch of wand charges. The Gyro like backed off for a second and didn't. He was really low HP, and then they went in anyway, which obviously resulted in
They're going
dying.
in again. Ajit has a lot of strength more. He's gonna get out. I'm sorry, Jenkins.
There's not much that kills the Morph this game, to be honest. It's just the Axe.
Yeah, that's the only quick initial disable. Granted, once they get Blink Call into Arrow, that makes his life a little bit more uneasy. But
Yeah.
right now, there's very little, as 1437 taking a ton of damage underneath the tower. Waveform out. Ajit doesn't know if he wants to stay or leave. The Flacken and Detects kind of connecting on Ajit, but again, he has very little to be afraid of this game. Bacarino doesn't even have any points in the call yet, so Morph actually does not need to be as stressed out as he may be, and Wyvern dies in the top lane, but the tower will go down.
Die without using Elder Dragon Form.
Yeah, it's on cooldown, and they're pushing this while it's on cooldown as well. Rior trying to defend, but Wonder Kid is just so tanky.
4 HP left.
Wyvern's such an annoying hero because she can do this.
Avalanche, toss, breathe fire. Bacarino wants to fight.
We see Admiral here in the same scenario that Tigers was in last game, where you take the first tower, so you're just free to defend yours without any consequences. And then with the Wisp Gyro in the bot lane, as soon as the Wisp gets level 6, they have to relocate to the top lane, so it's even easier to defend this. This is usually how teams will gain a huge lead, is just by restricting I mean, especially with the Wisp, restricting the map for the enemy team. Although,
They're doing a little bit too much invasion, though, as
Yeah.
Gyrocopter goes down, gets morphed by the Morphling, and Morphling has Rocket Barrage Reel available from that cooldown. The homing missile that he stole also connects, and all 3 spells of Gyrocopter being used against his own team.
kind of seems a little bit like the Wisp Gyro duo. Like they're not exactly confident in their, like they're not sure how much they can get away with, because so many times we've seen them go in when they clearly just can't fight. Like they just get exploded. But
If I'm Tigers, I'm so happy with how this game is going. So Axe has actually opted to go for a Vanguard first item. So Morphling has even more time to be absolutely free. And if you spend this much effort putting money into your Axe by creep cutting and all this stuff, you would think that you want to make that an early game advantage. You're going up against a DK, a Morphling, and a Tiny. You are not going to win this late game no matter how big your IO Gyro get, because Morphling can just steal the Gyro. But going Vanguard first makes it feel like they want to take it kind of later than they're expecting. And Io and Gyro are also moving around so much that they're not even farming too much.
I think they'd be fine. Like Admiral would be fine with this if their Io and Gyro weren't feeding, like walking around feeding.
Yeah, they could be taking stacks, they could be farming the jungle.
Yeah, exactly. They can just take all of like the safe space on the map. They can.
Arrow
there's so
connects
much
onto the
free
Morphling,
space.
but he already started shifting into strength. Bacarino on the run. Toss comes in, first point and call taken. Dragon's Tail range, so close. Ajit putting in damage, there's the AoE, comes in. Moon Meander finally gets the range to get the avalanche into the toss. And Axe is gonna go down, that Vanguard just stalls the inevitable.
And they get the tower because they have the DK ulti wearing off, but
Mid lane
No way
Zephyr
they
may give up his life. Starstorm, double Starstorm connects. 3 leap charges spent on a Crystal Maiden in the mid lane.
although they get the tower, so Admiral making a nice move after losing the Axe on top. They actually take advantage of the fact that he's so tanky and requires an entire team rotation to kill him by taking the mid tower, which is a far more important tower than the safe lane tower, I think. So
On the bright side, all that movement meant that the support also got to move up here in the dire jungle, placed a really nice observer ward.
yeah, that'll be super nice for the Morphling to do his little farming rotation, push this lane out, take the jungle, push the lane out.
Ajit very suspiciously moved out of the way from that Sacred Arrow,
Yeah.
so Jamesy may suspect that he has vision.
My question this game, and this is going back to like the Vanguard Axe, is the point of this Vanguard Axe is like it accelerates his farm and makes him very tanky. You can just run at towers and stuff, but it's like you do that because you're making space for people by being this tanky force on the map. But the space is being created for some heroes that are kind of getting themselves killed. So it's unfortunate for the Axe that he didn't just go Blink, just because of how his teammates are playing.
My justification is that a Blink can also create space, because right now Miranda doesn't know what to do. Like, she has no real partner. Right now, Io and Gyro are serving as a partner, but it should just be the Axe. You're committing 2 heroes for what 1 hero with a Blink Dagger could be doing. Moonlight Shadow comes out, Moon Meander casts the Avalanche, Tombstone goes down right in the AoE. Winter's Curse.
That's a nice ult.
This Crystal Maiden is getting banged on, but she's gonna survive. In comes the call down. Toss is gonna finish off this Io, as well as the flak cannon coming out from Anja, but it's all strength right now. He gets out, transforms back into the Gyro, but transforms back right before the arrow connects, so he's gonna survive a little bit longer. Gets his strength, adaptive strike. Moon Meander 1v3 and gets the kill on Fungli, and may even kill Rior. Bacarino can't catch up quite yet. Moon Meander has 3 bottle charges, but he has the battle hunger on him. He's trying to get these creeps off. He has a toss available and an avalanche. He may just fight this, but the armor is too much, and Moon Meander will die to the Starstorm magic damage.
Alright, we're going back to this Blink Dagger.
Good, please.
The reason, at least my thought process behind getting the Vanguard on Axe is that sure, your Blink is going to come later, but not that much later, because it accelerates your farm. It allows you to take Ancients, it allows you to cut waves, it allows you to get towers.
Okay, so that was what I was curious, because you said accelerate your farm, but like, in my mind, I think like, okay, you can Blink from camp to camp. That would be a little bit more efficient, but taking Ancients, you're absolutely right.
And there are Ancient stacks. The thing is, though, you have a Gyro, so
right.
It's weird when you have 2 Ancient takers, because like, you pick a Wyvern Axe. Traditionally, that's to take Ancients, right? You just cold embrace the Axe.
Yeah.
And Vanguard Axe too, like, you know, you throw some support with him in the offlane, you stack Ancients, you get a Vanguard. All of a sudden, if he was taking these Ancients, he would have the Blink timing at the exact same time, and then plus the Vanguard. That's like the ideal scenario, but you can also run at tower with it. But you need to be doing it in either fighting and winning or making space for your team. But like, you know, you need to get a gold lead from the Vanguard, but so far it hasn't done that, and he's saving the Ancients for the Gyro too. He didn't opt to take them.
Yeah, he tried to stack him.
He's being a good little offlaner, isn't he?
He's trying to find his place in this game.
Don't worry, Fungli. I stacked the Ancients for you. You can have them. Let me just run by them with my Vanguard.
Well, I don't know if Fungli's going to be able to take advantage of it for long. There's so much vision in this top lane.
I would for sure. Oh,
Toss
that's
into the Dragon's Tail. Breath connects onto the Io as well. Fungli just on the run. The Wisp Spirits do slow down Wonderkid briefly. Call down Will as well. The homing missile is going to connect on him soon. So this Io is actually going to evacuate while 1437 holding up the backlines. And now Tigers are kind of hemmed in. But they still have such a vision advantage. Axe goes in.
Cancel TP. Oh,
Axe
no.
is going to die to the Morphling. Winter's Curse comes out, but Tiny's too tanky to die to this Morphling.
Wisp is actually on the backline. Like, that's the worst thing to happen in this fight for the Dire.
Yeah, he's all alone.
Wisp accidentally canceled his TP. I don't know what happened there, but he can't come in and save the Axe or anything like that because... And he's just stuck. He was just stranded. I mean, he's fine now, but like they just fought without the Wisp. He could save from the...
Mid lane, Fungli gets Dragon-tailed straight up into a bunch of Corrosive Blast right clicks. He's going to go down solo to the DK, who has now freshly completed a Shadow Blade.
I love the Shadow Blade first when you have a Tiny on your team. You know that you don't need to be the Blink initiator. You don't need to start fights. You need some sort of like ganking, you know? These heroes kind of do the same thing. Like, they're capable of doing the same thing. You can go Shadow Blade first on Tiny, Shadow Blade first on DK. You don't want to go Blink, Blink. You don't want to go Shadow Blade, because it's just redundant to, you know, add more ganking when you already have one hero doing it. It's all about that threat. It's all about the tower. It's all about the controlling 2 lanes. Really, if you have a hero that has a Shadow Blade and he's getting 0 kills, it doesn't matter as long as the enemy team is afraid of them. So you only want one of those.
As long as you're staying off the map, as 1437 does die.
Right, otherwise they'll just farm as if you don't have a Shadow.
Exactly.
Jeremy, can we go back to the network, please?
Jamesy, Aja transforms into the Mirana. He's gonna go for the arrow, but it doesn't connect.
Whoa!
So close.
right off the tail.
Dude, stealing the Marana is so sick because you just get all 3 leap charges.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that he didn't just leap with him. He instead went for the arrow read.
Honestly, this hero is like very good to morph into because the ultimate, really Marana's not that much about the ultimate. I mean, it kind of is, but in terms of her damage output in a team fight, it's all about the, like, what makes her a carry is her 3 spells, and then the ultimate gives her some utility in the game.
Yeah, I mean, you're only ever going to morph into her in a team fight situation anyway.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
So
exactly.
Moonlight Shadow is only relevant in non-team fight situations.
Moving across the map.
4 heroes are sharing the experience from this ancient stacks.
Gyros.
Oh no, Jamesy wants to join in the party also. I heard you guys are getting experience over here. You mind if I join in?
I'll tell you what, get in that pool. Ooh, the water's warm. Speaking of water, actually, Morphin's been real huge. He's got his Lincoln Sphere completed.
Oh
And that's why
no.
they're smoking up with it. Moonmeander has his Blink Dagger completed as well. Bacarino, their smoke gets popped. Tossed in
that's
by
the
the
hero.
Wyvern. She doesn't even get the Moonlight, or the Winter's Curse off. Dragon Silk is going to connect on the Gyro.
Kill him again! Kill
He's
him
going to
again!
get dunked on, but it's just a maiden. Fungly dies to a right click. The Tombstone Zombies tracking down this Wyvern, but they may just be content to take control of this area and proceed for a tier 2 tower into bot lane.
Let me tell you, dude. If I'm in this game and I'm tiny, Wyvern is the absolute
Oh yeah.
must-go hero for Blink initiations. And he
How about
tossed him
that?
again!
Yet again. That's a dieback now on the Wyvern. Have yourself a little chuckle and get tipped. The arrow connects, but that Jamesy exposes his positioning, and Ajit gets a free Mirana transformation.
Let me tell you guys how to play tiny at a top 100 level. It's very simple. You buy clarities, you push out waves, and then you pick one hero. Pick one hero on the enemy team, and every single fight, if you see them, you go on them, and then that fight will be a success as long as you go on them. If you don't see that hero that you picked and you go, you will lose that fight.
The Doom factor. Oh my god, I don't know what Bacarino was TPing to, but it took him like 20 minutes, and he's going to die now on the bottom lane. I don't know what the hell he was TPing to, but he's going to die. No, he's
Let's
going to
relocate.
Oh, they're bringing in the Gyrocopter too. Wonder Kid gonna try to man up on this. Bacarino ends up dying to a free fire cast, and now Ajit comes in. He does not have the morph available to steal Gyro, but now Io relocates. Axe gets baited into dying. Wyvern comes in, but they see her because 1437 was moving up. That's the 3rd time she's died. She spent so much time dead. 1437 will die in the end. He's not level 15. He's only level 10, so no Tombstone on death, but they're doing quite a bit of damage to this tier 3. It's only 3 heroes here on the side of Radiant. And Wonder Kid is going to back off.
Nice arrow. He doesn't care, though. That's a big tanky dragon right
Are
there.
they still going for this? They're still going for it. Tiny is going to be back soon. No, they're not.
Yeah, dude, Tigers, they love to just, they love to just
Yeah,
take
you made it
as
seem
much.
like it was a high-level decision. Maybe they're just like beating their head against the wall and they're like, dude, tier 3, tier 3,
No,
tier 3.
they knew they could get a little bit more, you know? They take all, this is what Loomden would always tell me when he was coaching me, when I was part of the Team Vendetta. He would always say, a good team will take all of the resources that are available to them. You won't just play the same in every single game. If there are resources available, you take them. If a team gives them, because different teams will give you different resources.
Well, Ajit's about to get taken by an initiation. If Bacarino can connect the... Oh, no, he can't get the call off. Ajit runs away. The homing missile still tracks him, but he's content to just give away a bounty rune. They actually want to fight this haste rune on Moonmeander. Almost insta-gives Lee Fung, but Moonmeander did not have a tree pre-equipped. Now he's chasing him down. Arrow connects, but he's got status resistance, so it doesn't even last that long. Toss is available in 1 more second, but they're going to give it up. Call down's used defensively. Tigers will back off, but they need to be careful because the Crystal Maiden is split pushing the bot lane, and she's capable
huge.
of a lot.
Watch out.
Devastatingly large.
Yeah, that bracer is doing a lot of DPS to those creeps.
They may go for Roche soon. They're all in the area, and they have an immense amount of map control.
It's so easy for Morph to take it too. He doesn't have the lifesteal though, so somebody's going to need to tank it for him.
Look like they want to find a pick first. Wonder Kid's prowling around, has a freshly completed BKB, sees Jamesy now, but right now the Morphling gets spotted instead, and the arrow connects. No time to morph into strength because he was chain disabled. Maybe too long of an engagement now as Crystal Maiden finally gets the freezing field off. Bacarino has the call to cancel it, but they really want to finish off the IO. Winter's Curse going to almost kill Moonmeander, but it doesn't last any time at all. Freaking status resistance. Tree Grab does not do anything against the Cold Embrace. Fungly wants to kill someone, activates his 10-second BKB. 1437 was not expecting that, and he's taking way too much damage. Soul Rips to just stay alive a little bit longer. Now Wonder Kid all alone here with no real friends, but he's very tanky with his own BKB going in on Bacarino. The armor's going to help, but the damage from the magic Dragon's Breath or Corrosive Breath is going to be too much and finishes him off.
I feels weird in this team fight for both sides. It feels like it's a little bit messy for both sides.
I'm telling you, dude, you have to start. If you have a tiny blink, your game plan in this game is to start the fight by blink initiating on the Wyvern. Nobody else. Maybe the Wisp is kind of acceptable. I don't think the Wisp is going to die in a full combo. We saw the combo happen. I don't think with the items that Tiny has, until he gets the Echo Saber, Wisp won't die. Like, the Wyvern has to be the hero that they go on. Otherwise, it's so goddamn awkward. They'll just turn it around with the Gyro ulti and with the Wyvern ulti as well. Even though it was used on Moonmeander, which the status just took it off immediately, still completely screwed up the team fight. Another acceptable way to start the fight is to just start a pick with the Dragon Knight, get the enemy team to reveal their position. Hopefully the Wyvern reveals his position, then Moonmeander blinks in on the Wyvern. But it's always got to be based around that Wyvern. Supports are so crucial in Dota right now.
That's going to be a little bit easier soon, as Ajit is getting very close to completing his Ethereal Blade. They find Bacarino. That's a fantastic target if you can find them all isolated. And they're going to pick him off with minimal effort.
That's got to be Roshan, right?
The Dragon Form is activated, so they need to do either take the tier 2 tower mid or go for Roche. And looks like they're going to go for Roche.
Yeah, even they're not really sure, it looks like.
Sending out the split pushing Crystal Maiden. They make it very obvious that they're Roshing, but it's okay because Axe cannot buy back. Probably would not buy back either. It's just the first Roche.
Yeah.
And the enemy team will just farm up in the meanwhile.
You know, it's funny that I said that none of these SEA teams are doing offlane Tiny, and then the team that has the North American offlaner is all of a sudden offlane Tiny. Because in NA, people are still doing this.
I can see why.
I think, you know, it's just that this hero could be doing the same thing from the support role. Like, he'd probably have these same items. I mean, look at his net worth. It's not that high.
All the way to the Echo Saber for that Moonmeander.
Yeah.
Turning himself into a damage dealer, the third damage dealer too.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Tiny's such a simple hero to execute in team fights. Just, hey, I'm going to go burst one person and then tank a bunch of spells, hopefully get out, and then burst one person again. Yeah. And then the fight's over. You either won or you lost. There's no using silences or stuns or whatever. It's just
Moonlight Shadow, but they don't. Oh, they narrowly catch a glimpse of Wonder Kid with that Sentry Ward in the nighttime. But that means that what could have been a solid initiation pick. And meanwhile, bot lane, Moonmeander initiates straight onto the IO, and he can kill him now. 3 points in the tree grab, and the Echo Saber completed. Fungly gets out narrowly with his BKB TP.
That's good one.
Good.
That was what are you waiting for?
Give
Love
that man a
one,
hand.
man.
I thought Danny was sleeping over there.
No, I'm watching you.
Waiting.
You get, I swear
Waiting
to
in
God.
the shadows.
I'm like that useless Ricky, and I just like come in at
Yeah,
that one
exactly.
moment just to get the one
He
smoke.
gets the blink strike backstab, and it's like, I got the kill. I'll see you guys in the next 15 minutes.
the anti-mage that comes online
Yeah,
at 35 minutes.
Typical Danelie team
just to
fight
blink
contribution.
Blink in and steal a kill. Presses R on the Storm Spirit.
I always lose anti-mage in NA.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, people love
They pick
Anti-Mage.
AM a lot.
They pick AM and Invoker,
I see a lot of Phantom Assassin
and
also.
then lose. Yeah,
I
people
should pick
that and
AM
then
too
lose.
here.
Ajit gets hit by an arrow, but he already started morphing strength. Winter's Curse? Okay.
Not exactly the hero that you want to use anything.
Okay, well, BKB activated now in your dream.
Hey, all right, here's where you maybe just get out and take Shrine.
Well, Black Cannon has been taken, so he wants to fight. He wants to... Oh, the man is going ham.
It's like a waterfall.
The shotgun. Straight Niagara Falls on these bitches.
I like that.
And they're going to take everything. I don't think they're going to be able to defend any of these racks. Buyback comes in with the tossback. Moonmeander was creeping in the fountain. Buyback is going to maybe do some damage to Wonder Kid. Bacarino does not successfully get the call, and Bacarino is now just narrowly living, but the decay 1437 finishes them off, and Moonmeander is insanely large. 4 heroes are dead. Good game, well played is called, and Tigers taking a solid 2-0.
That was like 2BO3, base of 2 series within an hour. This is quick, man.
This is the Tigers that we were planning on seeing on earlier days. and it was very regionally flavored picks, as you were stating. Off-lane Tiny, and
I mean,
who was
even
the weird hero in
even
game one? Titan.
even the Elder Titan,
Yeah.
quite a strange pick. Venomancer.
Venomancer.
well.
Yeah.
And then we have an offlane Axe. This is Admiral, of course, but you get some of these NA guys in SEA, and it all spills over. Some of these Greek guys and all these ideas meshing together. It's a nice little, what do they call it? Melting pot. Melting pot of Dota.
Mm-hmm.
I think for Tigers, we heard from 1437 and Moon that they're practicing, trying to get up to snuff, so to speak. And it looks like they're feeling a lot better, and also figuring out their drafts and stuff like that. But yeah, I definitely think in the next series that we're going to see them playing, they're going to look a lot better. I mean, they already are, obviously, but it takes a while to get back into the swing of things, for sure.
What about Admiral? What words do you have for Admiral?
I think to be completely frank, the Wisp and Gyro play was weak in this game. I think that they had a huge opportunity to do a lot in this game with the Axe being so huge, and then they took the first tower, and then it was looking like they were setting up for the taking the second tower, and then they almost had to relocate on Wisp. Gyro Wisp taking the kind of bot jungle farm, and it was also the farm that they were taking away from Tigers. So like they were very efficiently playing the map, and then if Tigers wanted to fight them, they would have to go on a Vanguard Axe versus a relocate Wisp and a Gyro. That is the absolute perfect map positioning, because you're getting all of this efficient farm, and if you want to fight, it's still a 5v5, and you're fighting a team that has a lead. So they were in a position to win the game, and then the Wisp and the Gyro just walk into the enemies and feed. And it's like, you just missed the easiest timing.
They didn't capitalize on the strength of the heroes, right? The whole just TP in and you're still 5.
Right. Like
TP and you're still 5.
And you're also farming
initiate.
while you're doing it too.
I think they were setting up to capitalize on it, and then they just got a little overzealous in their positioning, and then it's like, oh, god damn it, we screwed up. And then after that, there was a couple of other opportunities, of course, where they could get back into that position where they're taking more of the map efficiently, because that's what you want to do as Wisp, right? You want to like take a bunch of towers and then control the map in a way that no other team could control the map, because you have this relocate available to you, so you can take so much space while also being comfortable fighting, because you're just basically S5. Like, that's why you play Wisp, and they were set up multiple times to do that. It's obviously harder later in the game, because like a hero like Axe will fall off. The Morphling is really good against the Gyro, but they had it in the early game, and then they just walked up to the high ground for no reason in particular. Both died, and it's like, oh no, like, come on, that was it. Like they could have taken a huge lead there.
Like 1437 had said in his post-game interview, which we may have another one with one of the Tigers soon. Never mind, just kidding, no interview. But they said that this tournament is primarily used for experimentation for them, and I think they let the IO go specifically because they were like, let's see what we can learn from this strategy. I don't think they learned very much against this team. Admiral did not play it the way that an IO strat should be played.
Maybe they just get it banned so much that they're just not like they're rusty with it.
That's something that I've considered many times at like TI levels.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that is it. I hope you guys happy with the first match performance here. Well, we'll see a lot more to come in the last 2 matches for today, and there will be roles outside after this. But before we go to that, let's go to the break first.